Good day, human Latiosites. This is Latiosazuro, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Shuffle. So, let's begin. Now, last time, we finished the main stages through Marin Trail as we took on Primal Kyogre. This time, before we move on, now you guys did decide, in a very skewed vote, should I say, because I didn't get anyone really voting not to do the UX stages, so I will be moving on to the UX stages. I'm not necessarily going to focus on S ranking per se. I'll try to get S ranks, but if they require a bunch of items, then I might not necessarily go for them, because once again, these do have attack powers, so I don't know if I'm going to want to use attack powers and complexities unless I really need to, just to get through things. So I'm not going to focus on S ranks as much. I'll try to get them, but we'll see what happens. Unless there are new expert stages that get unlocked somehow. That said, speaking of expert stages, today's focus will, of course, be on Primal Groudon. Now, my assumption for Primal Groudon is I'm going to be spending a bunch of jewels. Just as a guess, because I'm going to try to catch this thing, and I'm going to try to get the catch rate as high as I can, which is going to require some jewels to be, well, used. Now, the thing is, I'm actually going to use an item bundle, because I don't know how I'm going to do without using the complexity in general. This is going to have 10 seconds. I'm not going to be able to beat this thing I'm guessing, the first time around, so I'm going to have to use a jewel to extend the time. But hopefully if I can actually beat this thing close enough to after I use that jewel to extend the time, then I can actually get a catch rate above 1%. So let's do this. This is going to cost a few jewels. Alright, so we have 30 seconds. I'm expecting to spend no less than 10 jewels on this thing, just because. Now, I can try to get the Unity power off and maybe try to go for Kyogre, but I don't have any investments in Kyogre whatsoever. So, this is going to be a bit of a risk. Alright, so we got Greninja coming through for us. We got Rowlet coming through for us here. Alright, there's Kyogre doing its job here. I need the combo to stop so we can do this. Why did I do that? Alright, I want the combo to stop right now so we can do this. And it just did this. Okay, that's not good. Oh wow, this is actually coming pretty close to actually running out of time. So... Alright, so I am going to actually add the 15 seconds, because now we want to actually beat this thing. Because now that the plus 10 seconds is up, we actually have a chance to try to catch this thing. Whoa. So we're gonna beat this thing with 4 seconds. That's... Ugh, I shouldn't have beaten it right there, because that means we're gonna get almost a minimal catch rate. We're gonna get whatever the boost is, whatever that bonus is, we're only gonna get one of it. So we're going to get 1% plus 3 seconds, so 7%. 14% is still a lot better than 2%, though. So, I mean, we have that going for us. We're not going to catch into Pokeball, so 14%, no super catch power. But it is 1 in 10, so I mean, there is a chance here, even though it's probably going to take us more than one attempt. Yeah, like I said, okay. Like I said, I am willing to throw 4 Great Balls at this thing, even though I don't want to. But... you know, we're going to try to catch this thing. Using jewels is the only way I can think of to actually get the catch rate above the 1%. Okay, this thing doesn't want to be caught. Groudon, this is your last chance to stay in the ball before you start fleeing. So, are you going to stay in this ball? You're not going to. Okay. Okay, that didn't quite work out the way I was hoping. It did flee, but we still have another chance. So... hopefully it's going to work out this time, I can only hope. And once again, I don't want to beat this thing within the 40 seconds, because I want to use a jewel to run out the clock, because the plus 10 seconds isn't going to help us with the catch rate. I'm going to let the Aggron actually just not do anything right now, because I want to go for Greninja here. Alright. We go for Rowlet. I'm gonna do this, because I want Greninja to let me do its thing. There's one Greninja, there's two Greninja. So I think we're in good shape right now to let this thing actually just live. So I'm gonna actually let this thing live right now, because I want to finish it off right now, as quickly as we possibly can. So we're gonna beat this thing with 13 seconds left. So this should optimize the... This will be the maximum catch rate we can get without actually being able to beat it with a lot of seconds left. Because basically it's the equivalent to 13 seconds left. So we're going to get 25%, which means we're going to get a 50% Great Ball, which is probably the best we're really going to get. So, we're going to catch in a Pokeball. So yeah, this is a little bit expensive. It only did cost us 2 jewels. Pretty much 1 jewel was necessary. The other ones was just instead of spending coins on it. So I did end up spending 4 jewels total on Primal Groudon, which is a lot when you think about it. But once again, I kind of just wanted to catch this thing without making my life too difficult. S-ranking it is probably a nightmare because you'd pretty much need to beat this thing with 15 seconds left. And when you add the 15 seconds, you'd have to beat it pretty much immediately if you wanted to do that. I don't even know if the S-rank would count there. I think it would. But either way, once again, the jewel method is... I used that for Deoxys. You can easily beat this thing without using a jewel. We probably could have beaten it with using all the items. We probably could have beaten it using no items. I think there's a way of beating it if you basically go, I think, Final Effort with, because that does a lot of damage if you can just set it up. I think you can get 2 off at the end if you're fast enough. It's a possibility. I didn't really invest in Oshawott or, whatnot, so... I don't really have a good Final Effort mon to use here. Besides, I wanted to optimize the catch rate anyway here. So, it has an attack power of 90, the ground typing, and the ability Barrier Shot Omega. With that, we have captured Primal Groudon. Alright, so as far as I know, there aren't any more expert stages. They might add them at some point, but I kind of doubt that. So, I'm gonna go check in. So, take it for what it is. I mean, Primal Groudon is it's a difficult stage. Bring Primal Kyogre because it is a non-support if you don't bring it. So, it does a lot of damage anyway, especially if you boost it, so it's not a bad mon to have. I didn't give it any skill boosters, though, so it wasn't doing too much damage. I think it can go from ×2 to ×10 on the Rock Shot Omega, Rock Shot Alpha. So, and I guess it's the same goes for the Barrier Shot Omega for Primal Groudon. Alright, so we're gonna get 500 coins. That's cool. Alright. So, as for the main stages, we do have these UX stages. You know what? Let's actually start up with these UX stages. You know what? Let's try with Heracross, just because. Just because. Although maybe I shouldn't use Zoroark if I want to use Trevenant. No, I don't want to use Ivysaur. I definitely don't want to use Ivysaur. But I don't know if there's going to be any non-support in the Esper stage. I can't imagine it's going to be that tough anyway. But I haven't been using Mega Heracross that much. I did use it in the Mewtwo, max level challenge. So, let's do this. Our first UX stage. We have 8 moves to do this. And, alright. Let's go. Alright, that is, so far, these aren't too bad. Assuming it's more HP than the original Esper stage, but once again, maxed out Shot Out is kind of powerful to begin with. So we're gonna get 300 coins for this, and there is our first UX S rank. That's what I'm talking about. Next up is going to be Bulbasaur. Alright. What's a Mega we don't use very often? You know what? We can try... Let's go Mega Abomasnow. Something I never use. Although I don't want to bring Mints if I'm going Abomasnow. And there's really no reason to bring Ho-Oh. So I guess Braviary is the way to go if I'm going to do it like this. Yeah, if we're trying to get an S rank, there's no reason to bring Shiny Genesect. Last Ditch Effort's a good ability, but it doesn't really help with S ranks. Unless you have, like, so few moves that, you know. So, let's go. This should be pretty easy anyway with Noivern. I really can't imagine it taking a hit if we can trigger the shot out, which we are, so, yeah. Also, the fact that Bulbasaur's weak to Pidgey really doesn't help it that much. So, there we go. With that, we're going to get our one-hit KO, giving us our S rank on Bulbasaur. So that's kind of cool. Next up is going to be Squirtle. You know what? I haven't been using my Netric that much, and I kind of feel bad about that. So you know what? We're going to do this. We're using some Megas I don't use very often, just because. Why not? Alright, we have 15 moves. We should be good to go here. I think I'm actually going to try to go for Pikachu just for the memes. Alright, it's not happening. Rowlet's not coming through either. Wow, we're just not having this happening here. Doesn't even matter, though. We're not even activating it, we're still taking this thing down pretty easily. So, yeah, these things, they're definitely have more health than the original main stages, but these early ones are definitely manageable still, nonetheless. It doesn't seem like they're farmable, which kind of sucks. It's a shame these aren't farmable. That would have been kind of nice. So, and finally, there is going to be Charmander, our final of these stages. You know what? Let's go Mega Blastoise. Let's just go Mega Blastoise, just because. Alright, we have 15 moves to do this. And it pretty much comes down to if Rockruff and or Greninja want to come through. And Rockruff does. Oh my goodness, that did so much damage. So we're not even going to get the Mega off. So really bringing these Megas that I don't really use that often didn't really make a difference since I never really got the Mega effect happening. But, you know, I tried. So with that, we got our S rank on Charmander. So that's kind of cool. So next up is going to be Eevee. But you know what? I guess I will be taking on Eevee next time. So, thank you for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time we continue with these new UX stages. Goodbye.